otters, and they were curious, very curious. The otters, in their playful yet mildly intimidating way, decided to check out these strange two-legged intruders. They circled the boat, popping up here and there, their large round eyes gleaming with a mix of mischief and mild menace. The explorers, now surrounded, couldn't help but notice that while these creatures had the face of an oversized teddy bear, they also had teeth that suggested they could make short work of anything that got too close. What really got the explorers' hearts racing, though, was when one particularly bold otter decided to make an appearance right next to the boat, standing tall on its hind legs like a furry sentry. It gave the humans a look that said, "You're in my territory now." The explorers, suddenly remembering they had other things to do, wisely decided it was time to paddle in the opposite direction. Quickly. As they retreated, the otters went back to their business, possibly sharing a laugh at the expense of the strange, panicked humans. Despite its size and distinctive appearance, with chocolate brown fur and a unique white throat patch, the giant river otter remained largely mysterious to the outside world until the 20th century. Subscriber's pick. On the banks of the Amazon River, a lone explorer kneels, his weathered outfit a testament to countless adventures. Before him lies a creature that defies explanation, a bizarre combination of a turtle's shell, spider-like legs, and the fluid movements of an octopus. Its iridescent glow casts an eerie light on the man's face as he gazes in awe and curiosity. His hand hovers just above the creature, unsure whether to touch or retreat. The jungle's cacophony surrounds them, a reminder of the untamed world they inhabit. As he studies the creature, a question echoes in his mind. What other strange and enigmatic beings might be hiding in the uncharted depths of the Amazon, waiting to be discovered? What secrets does the Amazon still hold? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section as we unravel the strange creatures of the Amazon River. Bull shark. Imagine the surprise of early explorers and fishermen when they first encountered a creature that didn't seem to know the difference between the ocean and freshwater rivers, a shark. But not just any shark. This was the bull shark, the aquatic version of that friend who shows up uninvited to every party, crashing where it clearly doesn't belong. Bull sharks have a unique quirk. They're equally comfortable in the salty depths of the ocean as they are in freshwater rivers and lakes. This means that for centuries, humans thought they were safe from sharks, as long as they stayed inland. Sharks are an ocean problem, they said confidently, wading into rivers and lakes with nothing to worry about. And then along came the bull shark to ruin everyone's day. Picture the scene. A group of fishermen is hauling in their nets, expecting the usual catch of catfish, maybe a couple of carp. They're laughing, probably chatting about how lucky they are that the ocean's terrors are miles away. Suddenly, the water churns violently, and their nets feel a lot heavier than usual. The laughter fades as something large and decidedly not a catfish thrashes in the net. As the fishermen pull in their catch, they get their first close-up look at the bull shark, a creature with the body of a torpedo, a face only a mother could love, and an attitude problem. Its eyes seem to say, "Yeah, I'm here, and so?" The men probably had a moment of stunned silence, followed by a rapid, panicked debate about whether or not to let the thing go or take it back to the village. After all, it wasn't every day you caught a shark in your local river. Then came the real kicker. As they tried to wrestle it onto the boat, the shark, who was clearly in no mood for nonsense, decided to show them exactly why it had earned its reputation as one of the most aggressive sharks around. The bull shark thrashed with such ferocity that the boat rocked dangerously. The fishermen were suddenly faced with the harsh reality that they were dealing with a predator that didn't care one bit about the rules of where a shark should or shouldn't be. To the bull shark, all water was fair game, and if these humans didn't get the memo, that was their problem. Eventually, either through sheer force of will or by letting the shark have its way, The fishermen managed to get the shark off the boat and back into the water, hopefully far from their legs. As the bull shark swam off, probably feeling pretty smug about the whole thing, the fishermen were left to spread the word. There's a shark in the river, and it's mean. From then on, people living near rivers and lakes in places like the Amazon, Mississippi, and even the Ganges started to look at the water a little differently. They'd heard of sharks before, sure, but this one, it was a whole new level of trouble. The Mata Mata turtle. The discovery of the Mata Mata turtle is one of those stories that starts with an explorer thinking, well, that's strange, and ends with, wait, that's alive? Imagine an early day of Amazon exploration, and a group of naturalists is making their way through the dense jungle, cataloging every new and fascinating creature they encounter. The jungle is teeming with life, birds, insects, mammals. But the waterways are where the real surprises lurk. Our intrepid explorers, eager to discover something truly unique, focus their attention on the riverbanks, expecting to see something big and dramatic like a caiman or a giant catfish. But what they find instead is a pile of leaves. At first glance, that's exactly what the Mata Mata turtle looks like. This bizarre creature is so well camouflaged that it's often mistaken for a heap of debris, dead leaves, a chunk of wood, or even a submerged rock. One of the explorers, likely after stumbling over what he assumed was a random bit of jungle trash, bends down to inspect the curious object. But as he reaches out, the pile of leaves suddenly moves, and there's a collective gasp from the group. The Mata Mata, a master of disguise, is revealed in all its strange glory. With its flat triangular head, wide, almost comically thin neck, and a shell that looks more like an abstract sculpture than anything aerodynamic, it's as if nature took a regular turtle and said, let's make this one weird. The explorer, now realizing he's discovered something extraordinary, watches as the turtle lazily blinks, probably as surprised by the human as the human is by it. Its discovery wasn't dramatic like finding a jaguar or a giant anaconda, but the Mata Mata quickly captured the imagination of naturalists. Unlike most turtles, which are streamlined for swimming, the Mata Mata is built for ambush. It lies perfectly still, blending seamlessly with its surroundings, waiting for prey to swim by. When the moment is right, it doesn't lunge or chase. It simply opens its cavernous mouth, creating a vacuum that sucks in water, and whatever unfortunate creature happened to be in the way. As word of the Mata Mata spread, it became a sort of celebrity among the scientific community, not because it was dangerous or fast, but because it was so delightfully odd. In a place like the Amazon, where fierce predators and massive animals rule the day, the Mata Mata's strategy is to hide in plain sight, relying on its incredible camouflage to keep out of trouble. In the end, the Mata Mata turtle is a reminder that in nature, sometimes the strangest things are also the most fascinating. It doesn't need speed or strength to survive, just a good hiding spot and a face that only a mother could love. And maybe, just maybe, that's why we can't help but be charmed by this strange little creature from the Amazon. If you've ever encountered the Mata Mata turtle, a creature so bizarre that seems to have crawled straight out of a sci-fi film, then brace yourself for the Amazonian manatee, a creature that's more likely to star in a bedtime story than a thriller. Amazonian manatee. In the heart of the Amazon, where the jungle breathes and the river pulses with secrets, there exists a creature that few have glimpsed and even fewer understand. The Amazonian manatee, or sea cow, as it's affectionately known, was first described scientifically in 1983 by Austrian naturalist Johann Natterer. He collected the type specimen during his travels in Brazil between 1817 and 1835. However, the indigenous peoples of the Amazon basin had long been familiar with this elusive creature. One intriguing story of the manatee's discovery comes from the early 20th century explorer Percy Fawcett. who recounted a tale told to him by a local guide in the Amazon rainforest.